Once again, I welcome all the students in our this session. That is, will be going to be a fourth session for our this classes, ninth class, and we have already started the ribosomes, or we have already started the chapter that is a cell, that is a basic component of our living things or living being. So in that we have discussed enough in our previous lectures, that are how the cell or what is the basic unit of the life, that is a cell, function and structural unit of the body of any living being. And we have already seen what are the basic component of the cell, like cell wall, cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus. Then we have go through what are the cell organelles are there, like mitochondria, and so many organelles we have already discussed: Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, right? And we have already seen what is the difference between plants and an animal cell in our previous lectures. So the remaining thing, this slide we will discuss about ribosomes, right? So what is ribosomes? That is actually called translation factory, right? Ribosome actually made by the RNA and protein, right? This is actually made by RNA and protein. So actually the RNA is ribosomal, means like ribose nucleic acid. These are actually the nucleic acid. So RNA is ribonucleic acid plus protein. So these two things, they are combined together and they will make the ribosomes. And there are different kind of the ribosomes, RNA also, that is mRNA, tRNA, rRNA. That is in detail you will have in the further classes. So that are responsible for different functions. But here, that is they are made by the ribosomal RNA and protein, that is called ribosomes, right? And ribosomes are the small rounded bodies that are found either in a free state in the cytoplasm, or they are attached to the surface of endoplasmic reticulum. Either they can be, actually they are the very small and round size or rounded bodies are there present, and these are the cell organelles which are present inside the cytoplasm. So either they are freely suspended in the cytoplasm, or otherwise they can also find in the attached state to the surface of endoplasmic reticulum, that is ER we have seen. So that is why it can be present in the both the state, free state in the cytoplasm, or otherwise they are just attached to this endoplasmic reticulum, and they are composed of ribosome or ribonucleic acid, RNA plus protein, right? This is how they are made, and they are not bounded by a membrane. So we can say it's a membrane bound cell organelles, what we have seen it. So it will not come into that. So they are not bounded to the membrane, right? And they are present in both the prokaryotic or eukaryotes, like we have seen in the beginning, the type of the cell, basic type of the cell, prokaryotic cell as well as eukaryotic cell. So these ribosomes, they are present in the both. They are present in the prokaryotes also, the organisms which are having the cell type of prokaryote, that is called prokaryotes, and the organism which having the cell type eukaryotic cell, so the organism will call eukaryotes. So it is present in both the type of the cell, right? And they are absent in the mammalian RBCs. Like we are also the mammalian, we are also, when we are looking to the classification in the next lecture, so we will see that what is mammalian. So we are also coming into the mammalians. So in the mammalians, the RBC, that is a blood cell, right? Like red blood cells we are saying. So it is absent in the RBC of mammalians. So in our RBC it's absent, right? In other cell it is present. And ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis in the cell, right? These are the actually site of protein synthesis in our cell, where the protein will synthesize. So these are the site of protein synthesis. So that is why it is having a different types of ribosomes also, different types of the RNAs also. So that is a means where the protein will be synthesized. So this is actually one of the site, here the protein will be synthesized, right? So these all are point for the ribosome, that are one of the organelles of our cell. In the next we will see what is vacuoles. Everybody know vacuoles, that is a storehouse of the cell. and it is there to store the whatever extra amount or whatever the food are present in our body. So it will store in that vacuoles. And the basic difference we have also known, that is it is present a large vacuole in a plant cell, or one vacuole only, but it is very large. It is near about 60 to 70% of the cell size will be covered by this vacuole only in the plant. But in animal it is present in more in numbers, but they are smaller in the size. That is different, we have already seen in the plant and animal cell. So this is the vacuole, and the membrane bound non cytoplasmic sac, and that are contain non-living solid or liquid content. In that vacuole there are presence of non-living solid or liquid content, and they are of three types. Number one, cell or sap vacuole, food vacuoles, and contractile vacuole. These are the type of the vacuoles. Covering membrane of the sap vacuole is called tonoplast, right? Whatever the membrane, like our cell having a cell membrane, so the membrane which is covering to the vacuole, that is called tonoplast. We can see in this diagram also. Here you can see this is the here mentioned tonoplast. So this is actually the covering to the vacuoles. This is actually I am showing you the diagram of plant cell. In this a very big and only one vacuole is there, and what is the covering that is for our vacuole, that is called tonoplast, right? So this is only we have seen in this slide. And the next point we can say, the fluid filled inside, whatever the content inside the vacuole is called a sap or cell sap, right? Whatever, like in our normal cell there is a cytoplasm, that is a liquid or jelly like structure is present. So like this fluid which is present inside the vacuole is called a cell sap, or you can say tonoplast, right? As we have given the name to the membrane which is covering to the vacuole, tonoplast. So we can say the membrane or the material which is liquid or cell sap, and one more name, that is tonoplasm. Cytoplasm, that is material inside our cell membrane of the cell, and this is the material which is present inside the vacuole, that is called tonoplasm, right? Cytoplasm and tonoplasm. And you can also say cell sap. So that is the liquid material or fluid which is present inside the vacuole, that is called tonoplasm or cell sap. So these are two names for the material which is present inside the vacuoles, right? So and that is why it look like a liquid. And recently digestive enzymes are also reported in a vacuole of plant cell. When recent the researchers, they are always researching on everything that is present in our science. So they have also recently they have discovered certain digestive enzymes also that is present inside the vacuole of a plant cell, right? So that is regarding our vacuole. In this image also you can find where is the vacuoles are present. So this is the cell wall, because it is a plant cell. So it's shown here, these are the vacuoles, it's written here vacuole. So that is, you can see clearly here, very big or larger in the size, and present inside the cell membrane, right? And this is also the diagram, you can see in the detail how the vacuoles are there. This is the actually the one cell is present here, that is plant cell. In that, this all the portion is covered by a vacuole. So that is why a very big amount of the cell or very large area of the cell which is occupied by a vacuole, right? So that is especially for the storage function inside the cell, that is called vacuole, right? The next slide we can just compare with the plant and animal cell with the help of this diagram. In the right side you can see that is a animal cell. This is the animal cell, and the second one is plant cell, right? And the basic difference we have already seen, a plant cell which is having a cell wall. So this is the presence of cell wall, this outermost layer, that is cell wall, and this is absent into the animal cell doesn't have the cell wall. So this is basic difference between plant cell and animal cell. presence of cell wall and absence of cell wall. The second layer, that is called cytoplasm or plasma membrane, you can say. Plasma membrane is present in both the sides or both the cell. This is the second common characteristics, that is called plasma membrane. So it is going to be a second layer into the plant cell, but the very first layer into the animal cell, right? Outermost layer in the animal cell, that is called plasma membrane, but inside or in the plant cell, that is actually the second layer, because first layer, that is a cell wall, and this is the second layer, that is called plasma membrane. So this is present actually in the both the cell, plant cell as well as animal cell. And the thing we have already discussed before slide, that is cell wall is completely they are permeable, they are allowing all the material to move inside, but the plasma membrane, that is a second layer for the plant and very first layer for the animal. So it's a semi permeable, means whatever the material which is required, that is only the allowed by the cell membrane, and other will be stopped over there. So that is a difference between plant and animal cell. A common thing you can also say, you can see cytoskeleton, that is skeletal structure of the cells, both the sides. Peroxisomes are present in the both. Mitochondria, that is also present in the both the cell, right? This is the mitochondria here, it is shown, and this is the covering, upper covering of the mitochondria, but this is present in the both the cell, plant cell as well as animal cell. And we have seen already the function of mitochondria, that is it is a powerhouse for the cell, where the means after respiration the food will be burned, the glucose will be break down with the help of oxygen, and the energy will be stored in the form of ATP, and whatever the functioning or maintenance or anything which we need energy, so this ATP will be utilized for each and every work for the cell. So that is the organ called mitochondria, and we have also said this is a powerhouse of the cell, so which is common in both the cell, plant cell as well as animal cell. Next, that is ribosomes. Just now we have discussed what is ribosomes. These are circular in the size, that are present in both the cell, and it is freely suspended in the cytoplasm, or sometime it is attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. So that is a ribosomes, which contain with the RNA plus protein, and it is responsible for protein synthesis. The protein will be synthesized here, right? Then we have seen rough endoplasmic reticulum in our previous slides. This area which is called rough endoplasmic reticulum, that is attached to the cell membrane or nuclear membrane. This is our nucleus. So this part is nearly, that is attached to the nucleus, that is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now actually this is two types, rough endoplasmic as well as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The actual functioning for the packaging of the material for the movement, it is also allowing the transportation of the material inside the cell. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum, this is the second type of endoplasmic reticulum, that is different in a circular forms, right? That is a smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and it will both they are responsible for lipid and protein synthesis in the cell, and whatever the material which is required for the cell membrane, to make the cell membrane, whatever the damage to the cell membrane, all the things will be covered with this rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And next, very most important thing, that is nucleus. So this is called the nucleus, which is present in both the cell. It is present in the plant cell also, and it is also present into the animal cell also. So this is called the nucleus, and nucleus, it is very important cell organelle, because we are also said that is a brain of cell. Why? Because like our brain, which is controlling all the things, all the activities they are handling inside our cell, right? It is controlling power or controlling organ to all our body. So like that, nucleus is also controlling to all the activities of the cell. That is why it is also called the brain of the cell. Means like when cell are going to multiply, how the cell is going to multiply, that is and actually it is the presence of genetic material that is present inside the nucleus. And genetic material is very important because it is responsible to carry the hereditary characteristics from the parents to offspring. Whatever the information or whatever the habits and qualities which are having similarities, which are having we are having from like our parents, so that is also bring with the new in with our genetic material called DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, and that is present into the nucleus. So this is some characteristics of the nucleus, why it is important. And when cell want to multiply, first of all the nucleus is going to multiply, and then all the cell body will be multiply. So these are some points that is made nucleus very very important, right? And the next is Golgi apparatus. This is on the basis of the name of the scientist which is found this found this Golgi bodies. So that is a Golgi apparatus. And lysosomes, that is also present in both the cell, plant as well as animal cell. And we have seen the function of the lysosome, that is digestive functioning. It is providing whatever the harmful material or the harmful things are going to be digested into that, and whatever the waste material will be digested into the lysosomes. And it is also called the suicidal bags. When cell want to be just cell having some difficulties, so that time it will just burst, and it is having the digestive enzyme, so it will just spread into the cell, and it will just damage or digest to itself. So that is why it is also called suicidal bag, right? The next is plasma membrane. We have already discussed before plasma membrane, that is covering to the cell, right? So this is actually a basic differences. And this is lastly a vacuole, food vacuole, or this is only present into the plant cell, or plant cell it is having a big vacuole and only one, and in animal cell it is small, or you can say absence of food vacuoles. So this enough discussion we have done already about the food about the vacuole, right? So this is diagrammatically structure. I request all the students just draw it in your notebook and draw the neat and proper label diagram in your books like this. This is you can see, you can consider as a homework, right? So that is very important thing in all the classes which where you are studying in previous, or you will going to study in the next classes. So that is a basic thing, what is cell, what are the component of the cell, what are the cell organelles, because in the 8th standard you just have only the three things regarding the cell, that is cell wall, cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. But now in this class you are having more in detail, like cell organelles and what are the functioning of the cell organelles. So that is why you just draw this diagram, and one more time just repeat this slide. This is differences between the plant cell and animal cell, what we have seen with the help of the diagram in our previous slide. That is in the plant cell, cell wall is present, in the animal cell, cell wall is not there. This is a very very important difference between the plant cell and animal cell. There is a plant cell, there is only a cell wall is present, and there is in the animal cell there is absence of cell wall. And this is because the cell wall, we have already discussed, it is providing a more protection to the cell, right? And because cell is going to be present into the harsh environment, like more heat, more cold, more water, more rainy seasons. So whatever the harmful things are there or harsh conditions, so cell will protect the cell, cell wall is protecting to the cell. And in the animal cell, because the animal cell can move from one place to another place, so that is why we are not going to be, our body or cell is not in a very harsh condition, so that is why there is no cell wall, right? And plastids are present in the plant cell, and in the animal cell plastids are absent. And what is plastids, we have seen in our previous slides, that is pigments, that is green color pigments we have seen, chloroplast, and that are responsible for photosynthesis, right? So they are having the ability to convert the solar energy into the chemical energy by utilizing the carbon dioxide and water. That is the definition of photosynthesis. So that is why plants are autotroph. Plant can make their food by themselves because the plastids are present, and animal cell are heterotroph. We are the heterotroph because our cell doesn't have the plastids, so we cannot make our own food by the sunlight and air and water. So that is why we are going to be depend on some other animals for our requirement of the food, right? So that is a difference, and very important difference you have to keep in mind. uh, Presence of plastids into the plant cell and absence of plastids into the animal cell. Next difference, centrioles and centromeres, centrosomes are absent in the plant cell, and centrioles and centrosomes are present into the animal cell. Next, vacuoles large and less in the plant cell. Very large vacuoles are there and less in the numbers, as we will just see in the animals. So vacuoles are small and many, right? There are small vacuoles are there into the animal cell and number more in the numbers, but in plant cell it is less in the numbers, but they are larger into the size. So that is also a difference, and in the detail we have seen in our previous slide only, that is what is vacuoles, what is the function of vacuoles, right? How it is covered by a tonoplast, membrane is called tonoplast, the material which is present inside the vacuole, that is called cell sap or tonoplasm. So that is several things about the vacuoles we have discussed. Nucleus, in the plant cell nucleus lie on one side, right? In the plant cell, when we are going to discuss about a nucleus, so that is present in one side, but in the animal cell nucleus lies in the center. The nucleus, or the position of the nucleus in the animal cell, that is in the center, but the position of the nucleus into the plant cell, that is in one side, right? Or cell is rigid. Plant cell is rigid, very tough, harder, because of the cell wall also, and because I have already told you the reason, because the plant cell have to face a many harsh condition, like a very hot temperature, or very less temperature, or sometime heavy rain. So the plant cannot be moved from one place to another place. So that is why the cell is very rigid. And as compare, when we are talking about the animal cell, so the cell is flexible. So this is also going to be a reason of cell wall also, because animal cell doesn't having the cell wall. So the cell is flexible, because in the cell, animal cell, the outermost layer is cell membrane and it is flexible. So that is why the rigidity is more into the plant cell, and animal cell is less rigid or more flexible, we can also say, right? Now the next thing we can say, Golgi contains uh, dictosomes, and in the animal cell in the form of vesicles it is present. Golgis are there but in the form of vesicles. Now the basic difference, plant cell is the larger in the size. When you compare the size of plant cell and animal cell, so plant cell is a larger in the size and animal cell is a smaller in the size, right? So this is going to be a very basic difference between plant and animal. And last one, starch is stored, right? What is the food? Extra food is going to be stored in the plant cell, that is will be stored in the form of starch, right? And in the animal cell, when the extra food is going to be stored, that is stored in the form of glycogen. So that is also one of the most important difference between plant and animal cell. The food will be stored in the form of starch into the plant cell, and in the animal cell that is stored into the form of glycogen, that is in the adipose tissue in the form of fat globules. Our extra food will be stored, and whenever the body is required or having the less energy, so it will just utilize from this storage, and the remaining amount of the energy will be utilized. So these are basic differences about the plant cell and animal cell we have seen in this slide. So here our chapter will be, and our chapter has done here, and whatever the points we have seen in this all the chapter, just go through this one more time, right? From the beginning, if we just discuss the invention of the cell by Robert Hooke, and then how it is going to be discovered by some other scientists, and then why the cell is necessary in the body, why it is called the basic fundamental and functional, structural and functional unit of the body, what are the type of the cell in the human body, how many type of the cell are there. So these are you can say the activity for you or the exercise for you. Just write down the answers of these questions whatever I am telling to you, and then all the cells are in a same structure or different structure in our body, because we have seen so many type of the cells are there. Neuron is different type of the cell, to store the food. Adipose tissue having a fat deposit cell is different, right? Muscle cell is different. RBC, WBC, that is blood cells, are different. So as per the need, or as per the functioning of the cell, they are having a different structure and different size of the cell, right? And we have also seen the main thing that is in the cell, that is cell wall or cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus. Then we have seen functioning in the detail of these all the things. Then we have started the organelles, whatever the organelles are present into the cell, like mitochondria, Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum, right? So many things we have covered in this chapter. So just go through this all the things one more time, and we will just start our next chapter in our next session. So up to that, just revise this all the points what we have covered, and we'll see you in the next lecture. Bye.